Awesome. Okay. So, and let me keep track of my time here. Um, 1:06. Okay. So, can you guys, I'm gonna share my screen here. Can you guys see my screen right now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah?
Yeah, we can.
Okay, cool. Okay, so first off is that you guys are now you should have access to your own folder. Not these are everyone's folders, but you should have access only to your folder. So Nicole should only have access to your folder, and Amber should only have access to your folder, and you should both be able to access the sample delegate folder. Okay. So what's important here is that each and every one of you have access to this folder. Let's go to you, Nicole. And in here are all the folders for everything that is due with the dates that is due. So a lot of the stuff won't be due until June and July, right? But here are all the stuff that you put in your folders that we need from you. So if you're not sure what those things are, that's fine. You go straight here to the sample delegate folder, and there should be a reflection of all the folders that is in your folder. The blue folders are optional stuff, and the black folders are required stuff. So for competition wardrobe, what we need from you is very simple stuff. Photos of your costumes, your silver dress. So just things like this, your costumes that you plan on wearing, just so we can make sure it's appropriate and approved. Your props, any hair pieces, any hairpins, and your silver dress that will be used for the opening number that we're doing this year. Those are samples, right? Your gowns, it's a picture of the gowns, either you wearing it or from the site that you're buying it from. Your professional attire that we'll be using for your social platform, your swimsuit, which this year we're okay with you either wearing a two-piece or a one-piece. Purple, royal purple is the color of what the theme is this year. So wardrobe is pretty straightforward. Diet restrictions, just a doc saying allergic to this, if anything, or none, that's fine. Um, Glam headshots. This is going to be used for your program book that Vincent and Alex is going to need for your program book. And this is three. You can be wearing anything you want to, but obviously it look nice because this is your splash page in your program book. And we ask you to submit three of your best photos that you like, and then the staff will be picking one out of those three to be your actual photo in the program book. So send the best picture that you have. And again, you can be wearing anything you want to for this photo as long as you know you're nicely done and made up like something along these lines. Okay. So that is a glam headshot that we need from you. That was obviously due on June 14th. Intro SP, so social platform, FF, fun facts, and talent. So this is a document. This is what it's probably gonna look like. Your final introduction, has to be 20 seconds long, no longer than this because if it's longer, points are going to be docked off. Your social platform, 45 seconds, again, no longer than this, otherwise points will be docked off, but you do want to get at least 40 seconds to 45, otherwise it's going to be too short. Swimsuit fun facts, this is what's going to be read by the MC while you guys are walking on the stage individually in your swimsuits. There should be more fun and casual. And then your fun fact for evening gown. This is again 40 to 50 words. This is what the MC is going to be reading while you're now walking around in your evening gown. So this one should be a little more serious and more mission and more professional driven, right? And your talent intro, if you're doing a talent, again, this is optional. If you're not doing a talent, you don't need this. But if you are doing a talent, you'll need about 100 to 120 words for us to know what to introduce you as before you come on stage. And you can see here, this is a document that I was working with Angela last year. Lots and lots and lots of drafts, right? Drafts 6, 5, 4, all these drafts. So we would just work on one draft and then until the very end here where she finalized everything. So this is a document we need from you guys. The due date for this is June 30th. Okay, so you have between now and June 30th to put down to get together your intro. Obviously, I'll be working with you on this as needed. Intro, social platform, fun facts, and talent if and obviously talent if you are doing it. Hoodie and jacket size. just, what size it is, extra small, small, medium, whatever. We are going to, of course, try to get you a nice little gift during pageant week. Lifestyle photos. We will need about 10 of these minimum. You can send a little bit more if you want to, but 10. These are fun photos that you do. That shows that, what you're doing either on vacation or on your everyday walks. If you're just like, out there hang out with friends at wedding events, if you're going to other social events, if you hang out with your Furbies and your monkey, if you have one, that's great. Or if you're cooking sushi or food, whatever, or if you're having your other fur baby. So basically, these are just fun little shoots of your lifestyle photos that will be, so 3 of these will be picked by the program book staff to be on the opposite side of your program book spread. And so one is going to be your glamour shot, and one will be 3 photos of your lifestyle thread. And then we're going to have your mission statement that, basically your social platform is also going to be there as well too. Okay. So that is due on June 14th. Love the Cure video. This is a 1-minute video. I believe that Emily and Lisa is going to give you guys instructions on this, but this is essentially a video that you need to do, and you end it with "Love the Cure." So here, just a quick example, 1 minute, seeing what Kylie did last year.
Hello, everyone. My name is Kylie Chang, and as the ambassador of the nonprofit organization Catwalk for Charitable Causes, my mission is to spread love in my community by sharing my passion for the arts. Dancing, fashion modeling, and promoting Asian culture at our annual production of Fashion Fantasia, co-chaired by producer Monique Zhang and California State Treasurer Fiona Ma. We've helped fundraise for a multitude of charitable organizations. So far, we've supported the San Francisco Pomeroy Recreation and Rehabilitation Center, the Chinese Hospital of San Francisco, as well as Self-Help for the Elderly, which we raised over $600,000 for. As with Asian Global, I will partner with Catwalk for Charitable Causes to continue uplifting my community, while also inviting court members to be a part of future endeavors. My motto is to find your purpose, follow your passion. So together, let's make our mark by sharing our passions with the world. In times of darkness, love is the cure.
So you see how she has the "Loves the Cure" at the very end there. So that was kind of Kylie style, kind of upbeat, almost event model fashion style, because that's kind of her thing. I'm not gonna show you the whole thing here, but you can check out. I'm gonna just show you like maybe the first few seconds of Alexis. It's a very different mood, very different energy, but still a good video.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and this summer I've been spending my Saturdays cleaning up Astoria Park with New York Cares and the Astoria Park Alliance. Growing up in Queens, New York has made me who I am today, and I'm so grateful to have such a beautiful melting pot right in my backyard. During the COVID-19 pandemic
So that's just a little sample. So you can have all kinds of energy or all kinds of mood that you want to set. It should be something that's very natural, an extension of who you are and what your message is, and what you want to do. But obviously they all end with "Love is the Cure" at the end. That's kind of our model thing. It's almost like going against the whole hate is a virus. We went in the other direction and said "Love is the cure." All right. So next one right here. This is the optional merit title materials. And I'm saying it's optional because everyone in the delegate pool will be considered for merit titles, regardless of whether you submit this or not. However, if you do submit additional extra stuff, then that just gives us more material to work from, and we'll have a better idea of how to consider you for your title. So a lot of girls in the past would submit like these put together PDF forms. This one was for submitting extra material for community service. This one was for her STEM, I would say candidacy, for hoping that she would have more information, give us more information for her to be considered for STEM. This one is also for community service. So they just put together these documents for us to go through easily. Here's one obviously for community service, right? You can also submit paper. So this delegate submitted a paper that she was the author of. Felicia Tang right here is an author of the scientific paper for her consideration as Miss STEM. So we can submit pretty much anything we want to. It's easy for us to quickly look over, digest, and determine which ones of you guys will be most qualified for the titles of like, I'll go over the titles for you guys, but like STEM, Scholastic, and Miss Community Service. Okay, poster headshots. Again, this is important. This is for, we need at least 3. Alexis submitted 5, but we need at least 3. And from that, we will select one photo that we think is best. This one should be in your red dress, by the way. So this needs to be in a red dress. And we'll pick the best one out of the ones you submit, at minimum 3, but you can submit more if you want to, that we will use as the poster photo. So there's a poster we published every year for each class. And this is actually a very important photo. I think we used this one for Alexis, but this is a very important photo because this is the photo that the photographers will use to determine who gets the title of Miss Photogenic. So make sure you submit, if you submit 3 photos only, make sure they're the best 3 photos that you really like. And then from there, we're going to pick the one that we think out of the 3 that you have to go in a photo. And then from there, the photographers will pick which one of you guys has the best photograph on the poster to get the title of Miss Photogenic. Okay? All right, great. All right, then a red dress and white dress. So you definitely will need to have a red dress and a white dress during pageant week. Red dress is for our public appearances. Again, this is the same photo, right? That the Alexis. Oh wait, did I do this? No, this is headstart. So in the headshot, this is red dress, white dress is right here. Yeah. So this is exactly the same photo. Or it's the exact same dress that Alexis was wearing. So this is the red dress that she went with. The same as the. You don't have to make it the same as your poster, but you totally can. And this is the white dress that she wore for the judges interview. So the red dress is for public appearances during pageant week or other public events during the summer if you're coming in as one of the delegates. And the white dress is for Thursday of pageant week, which is your judges interview. Okay, so that's what these 2 red and white dresses are for. And those are samples of what they would look like. The social platform slide. So you will need to design a slide that goes with your social platform. And I would do this last. So only after you have your social platform down solid and you know what you can talk about, then you will put together a slide that will be shown over right above you for your 45 seconds on stage. So this is essentially the slide that we had. You said this is now the social platform segment of this. Our first delegate is Marissa Chin, giving her social platform. And Marissa comes out for 45 seconds, and this slide shows over her head while she gives her mini TED talk for 45 seconds. She walks off stage. The MC's like, "Thank you, Marissa." Now we have delegate number 2, Alexis Yu, coming on stage, and she comes on stage. Then it changes to this overhead, and she gives her talk for 45 seconds. She walks off stage. Then we have Sky number 3, and then so on, so on, so on. So this is examples for you to see and be inspired and hopefully get ideas of how last year's delegates put together slides for their talks, and for you to hopefully be able to use this. Now, I'll go over this with you guys again, but as you design your slides, and you won't be doing this until summertime because you need to make sure you get your social platform down first, but minimize the amount of words you see. You see very few words here, right? And focus much more on the images because that's actually much more important. People are going to listen to your words. They're not going to read the slides. They don't want to read the slides. They want to hear what you have to say. So minimum amount of words, maximum amount of images. Okay? Awesome. Okay, now sponsorship materials. So Vincent will talk more about this, but there's a folder just for you to put this stuff in there. Vincent can give you more details in there, but mostly this is where they can get access to your sponsors' logos, because I'm assuming if you have a company that wants to sponsor you, they want to make sure their logo is seen. And probably a great place for you to put the photos that you want to represent the company. So right here, this is Sylvia, and she was able to like probably put that logo up here at some corner up here in the sky area. But this is something that you can talk with Vincent and Alex about as they're designing program book pages for you, especially if you have special instructions, or if your sponsor has special instructions how they want their logo placed in a photo that you want them to be placed on. So this is sponsorship material. This is going to talk a lot more detail about that. Talent auditions. So if you are doing talent, again, talent's optional, but if you're doing a talent, this is the folder where you put your talent video. So it's just a little video. You don't need to be doing in the studio. You don't need to be doing in the stage. You can see Sky here, just doing her video in her living room. This is her hula dance that she submitted, and yeah, and she was our delegate. So yeah, this is where you submit your talent video if you want to do a talent. So that is everything that is essentially what is needed from you during this time between now and pageant. Now, if you look at this, I can share this, get back to point here. If you look at this, right? This is reflective of everything that I just said here, everything that is due with the due dates, Junes and Julys, and on our training practices. You notice that we are still in February right now, and we're not even in March yet. There's almost nothing due in February, almost nothing due in April, nothing due in May. So, but everything is now basically due in June. So my advice to you, and I'm sure this is going to second this as well too, do not wait till June and July to get this shit done. Do it now. We have like literally 2 months, 3 months, almost 4, 3.5 months to get all this stuff done. So I gave a challenge to the first group of students, or the first group of delegates who were admitted in December. I'm like, see if you can get all this stuff done by the end of March. If you can, that means you can just focus on training and fundraising in April, May, June, July. You have a huge advantage over the girls coming in May. For you guys, I'm giving you a challenge to see if you can get all this stuff done by mid-April, like before April 27th, before our last interview. If you get all this stuff done before then, you will have the same advantage as the first set of girls coming in December. So do not waste this time you have right here, which is quiet period. Get all this stuff done now before it actually is due in June and July, okay? And the last thing I want to go over is this. This is your dashboard. I'm going to make sure you guys get access to this, okay? Again, this is very important because everything you need is right here. This is your sponsorship stuff that Vincent's going to go over. This is the link to Vincent's calendar to schedule very important training sessions for sponsorship training. This is your information program book package. A lot of stuff I just went over with you is covered in here. I'll go over this real quick. Titles and criteria, and then merit badge assignments. This is calendar events. If you click on this, this should give you the calendar of events that you've already planned out for you. As you see right now, January is already passed. February, we just had some events with Miss Chinatown there. March is essentially quiet. April, essentially quiet for, there's a dog pageant that's happening. You guys, obviously, it's great if you be there. If you can't, that's okay. But if you guys have dogs, think about entering them in there. It's great. Yes, we now are into canine pageants as well. Why not? The last interview is happening on, no, this is the next to last interview happening in April, May. Things starting to pick up now because now we have orientation. The last interview happens on May 4th. June and July is where everything is due, like I showed you. And then right then we go straight into August, which is pageant week. Everything that you've been working on comes down to this week here, right down to literally this day here. So use this time right now to get all that stuff done. Okay, so you have the calendar events here. I'm gonna go over this real quick in the in the 6 minutes I have, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So just to let you guys know, this is important. These are all the titles that are up for grabs, and it will be awarded based on your performances. Miss Agent Global, obviously, that's self-explanatory, the best overall score. Then after that, first, second, third, fourth princess is essentially like first, second, third, fourth runner-up, right? So the second best, third best, fourth best, and fifth best score. Honorary titles would be Miss Asian California and then Miss Asian San Francisco, which is essentially the girl from California that has the highest score will get Miss Asian California, which could be one of the princesses if she is also from California. But if she's not from California, then this will go to a separate girl. And Miss Asian San Francisco, the girl from the Bay Area who has the highest score. And of course, if that happens to be a first, second, and third, fourth princess, that can also double up. If it's not, then it'll be a separate girl. Miss Asian Teen only happens if we have 5 girls who are 17, 18, or 19. If we do not have 5 girls, then that will not happen. That title does not exist that year. Miss Scholastic, the girl that shows the best academic performance and achievements in academia. Miss STEM, the same thing, except for the girl that does the same thing in science, technology, engineering, and math. So Scholastic is everything outside of science, technology, engineering, and math, and obviously STEM is everything in those areas. Okay, you cannot win Miss Scholastic if you win Miss STEM, and you cannot win Miss STEM if you win Miss Scholastic. They're mutually exclusive of each other. Miss Community Service, the girl who shows and exhibits the most participation in community service, either by starting her own or participating in a multitude, making the best social impact in the community. These are then next we have the fundraising titles. Miss Entrepreneur, the girl who raises the most from scholarships, and I believe Hillary Liu won it this year by raising about close to $25,000 in just 2 months. It is amazing. So she won that. Miss Imagine Talks, which is also fundraising. Any girl who raises $10,000 or more will get this title automatically and also be considered as part of court. And also on top of that, will be invited to be on Imagine Talks stage in 2025 with me and the other speakers. So obviously, the one thing about this title, which I love the most, is you are not competing against any other delegates for this. If 25 girls get this, raise $10,000, so 25 Miss Imagine Talks will be awarded, and 25 girls will be on stage in Imagine Talks 2025. That's how it's. And of course, the girl who wins the most will get that title on top of Miss Entrepreneur. Miss Popularity, the girl who showcases the most ticket sales. Vincent and Rose will be giving you a special code, and you give that code to your friends and family. They get a discount on tickets, and that's also how we keep track of who sells the most tickets. That gets the girl who sells the most tickets from the community will get this title. Miss Talent, obviously, who has the best talent from the 6 to 8 girls who are chosen to submit the best talent. Miss Cultural Attire, that's the best costume. Whoever has the best costume gets this title. Miss Social Media, I am not quite exactly sure how this, Vincent, you can go over this. You probably have better verse than I am on this. Loves the Cure Ambassador, the girl who has the best video. This is based on a lot of our staff members who are also filmmakers themselves. They would get together and judge who has the best Loves the Cure video, and that girl gets Miss Loves the Cure Ambassador title. Merits by Congeniality, this is a great one. Miss Congeniality, this is voted by you guys. So toward pageant week, we have all the girls at the Thursday or Friday. You guys all vote in a secret ballot who you think is the sweetest, friendliest sister in the class, and that girl will get Miss Congeniality. That is not chosen by the staff. That is not chosen by the judges. That's chosen by you guys and your peers. Okay. And Miss Photogenic, I already went over that. That is who has the best photo in the poster. And that's really pretty much about it. And then I already went over the judges' form of fitness, but these are just details. This is just a quick breakdown. Judges interview, 20%, opening introduction, 15%. This is for your costume. Or actually, we might be changing it, but it still can be based on your costume. Form and fitness, this is essentially a swimsuit, 20%. Social platform, 15%. Evening wear, 20%. And then the finalists, which is the girls who score the highest, it could be the top 8, top 10, depending on how many girls are competing in that class. They will be chosen, and they will do the last 10%, which is your Q&A poison personality for the full 100%. And then from there, we tabulate all the scores, and that is how all of these titles will be distributed. Okay, so I believe my 7:30 time is now. I think I was able to go through everything I needed to. I'll send this link to all you guys in the thread, and this should be your dashboard of everything you need. Everything else we can go over later on at the grand interview, but those are the things that I really wanted to make sure you guys got. Okay, so any questions before I hand it over to Vincent? Nope. Okay, Vincent, it is yours. I'm gonna stop screen sharing and then hand over screen sharing over to make you co-host. Okay.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Francis Kong. Amazing. I will do my best to do that in 30 minutes. So let me go ahead and set up my, because we're going to watch a video, so I just want to make sure I got that set up. First of all, I think I should share, right?
Yep. You should have
You have to set up the audio first, right?
I don't know.
Let me see. I remember we did this before.
You should be you should be able to share now. Yeah, you're your co-host. Yep, perfect.
Okay, here we go. Okay, and then I got to do the share sound. Okay, and then I gotta make sure the sound is stereo. Okay, cool. If it's okay, Amber and Nicole, can you guys turn on your video so I can kind of see you? My my approach to training is like I have to see someone or at least hear someone. Oh, cool, awesome, thank you, Nicole and Amber. Okay, so mine's a little interactive. Can everyone see my screen? Yeah, okay, and feel free to if it's not too loud, I actually kind of want to hear your sound just because I might ask several questions when we do this. So thank you for attending the training. I just want to let you guys know, you guys are really the very first to be getting early training. And that's because your past alums, your sisters from last year's and year before that, have just mentioned like, oh, wow, I wish I had more time. I don't know if you've ever heard of that or even yourself mention about having more time so that if I had more time, I can do this, I can do that. Well, today's your lucky day. You're getting early training so that way you can go ahead and raise as much money as you can from now until July. And this training right here is kind of like a part one, part two. This is where I'm just going to go over a quick overview, but the most important training will be your one-on-one. So today, I get to tell you a little bit about my story. And really, my story is really simple. I've been volunteering for over 20 years, and I started out with designing program books. It all started because, I met Rose, and Rose asked me what I did for a living, and I told her I was a graphics engineer. And at the time, I was working for Silicon Graphics, and I was programming, literally graphics with OpenGL libraries. But she misunderstood and thought that I was a graphic designer. So I didn't want to correct her, and I learned everything about Photoshop, Illustrator, everything you can think of to creating these program books, and that's how I became a program book editor that year. And as I was helping out, I noticed that some girls would turn in ads and some girls wouldn't. You see, back then, we would just say, hey, here is the menu of packages that you would have to sell. Good luck. And of course, some girls did really well, and some girls just cried because they didn't know how to find sponsors. And I was seeing that year after year, and it was the same story. And I felt helpless because I couldn't help them. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and learn this myself so I can teach you guys. So I spent literally 5 to 10 years in direct sales. I attended seminars, I read books, and finally found a system that I think I could share with you guys. And so yeah, this is what it is. I'm so proud of last year's accomplishment. It seems like every year we're improving. Last year we had 6 Miss Imagine talks. So if you remember Francis' training, in order to be a Miss Imagine talks, you have to raise 10K plus. So not bad. We have 6 girls, and 2 years ago, Lisa here, who absolutely no sales experience whatsoever, raised 29K, breaking all records within 2 months, less than 2 months. And it inspired her to go to business school at Harvard. How amazing is that? So I'm excited to see what you guys have. To me, really, this whole training is really just about a mindset, which I'll go over. So, all right. So I'm showing you this 2-page spread, which we started last year. So everyone gets this 2-page spread. The requirement everyone has to go through is to raise $1,500. So let's go ahead. And I know that Francis went over some of the pictures you'll be submitting, and this is what it's going to look like. For sure, definitely I want to advise you, if you don't have a program book, you can actually see this online, and I'll show you where to see that. So let's just really talk about the sponsorship. So we have really focusing on one package instead of like 4, 5, 6. It's just really simple package. We call it delegate sponsor. It's $1,500. if you secure a $1,500 sponsor, you do get $225 commission. And you can even transfer that over to your registration. I know a lot of you guys have registered with the deposit of 300. Well, I wouldn't say a deposit, but we are allowing you to do a payment plan, right? So 300. So you can actually add the 225 to the installment. The customer or your guests or your VIP guests receives 2 VIP tickets, 2 judges reception tickets, a full page ad, and social media. Now, if you get 2 delegate sponsorship, you get a one-time bonus commission of $150. That's a total of $600 for 2 delegate sponsorship. So we want to give you more money back, right? So that you can use it to buy dresses, also pay off the your registration fees and whatnot. Now we have the even bigger package. We have the bronze package, which is $3,000, silver package $5,000, gold sponsor $10,000. Pretty much self-explanatory. All this is covered in the PDF that you just saw in the dashboard, and we'll go over that later. Now, we also sell advertisement. And what's the difference between advertisement and sponsorship? Well, advertisement is just strictly ads. You don't get tickets. However, you can get commission. But in order to do this, you have to secure a $1,500 sponsor first. So you can't just go ahead and sell just the ads. You have to secure a delegate sponsor, which is $1,500. Afterwards, you can go ahead and sell full page ad, half page ad, quarter page ad. And you will get a 15% commission. Mindset. Okay, so this is the part I really like. If you think about it, mindset is so important. I mean, it basically has nothing to do with pageantry. I mean, if you have a strong mindset, it's actually good for you for your entire life. So let's talk about some of the concerns that even I had. Raise your hand if sales scares you. Okay, thank you, Amber, for being honest. Nicole, are you scared of sales? No?
No,
Good, huh?
I work in marketing.
Oh, okay, good. So Amber, would you agree that sales is part of your life? I mean, whether you're scared of it or not, you have to embrace it, right? And here's a question for you. Like, isn't it true that, are you ever planning to want to work for someone, right? Whether you want to work for someone or work for yourself, in order to get a job, you still have to sell yourself, right? Convince someone or even do something in order to get the job. So I want you to take this opportunity, and I always like to think that Miss Asian Global is a sandlot, like a practice ground that you can actually use. Make as many mistakes as you can, learn from it, so that after the pageant, you'll be ready for the outside world. How excited is that? And so this is what I love about the sponsorship training here. Now, why find sponsors? I think this is the best way to get networking experience, sales experience, commission. You actually get paid. This will help you offset some of the debt that you might have. I love the fact that it's an incentive to becoming the Miss Asian Entrepreneur. Also be part of the Miss Imagine Talks. And if you weren't at the Miss Imagine Talks, it's pretty cool. Everything we do is we support events like Imagine Talks. And we support Asian American Foundation, which is a nonprofit 501c3. And it just seems like we're attracting all the cool events coming in our way and helping the community. And so I'm excited to be working with Fiona Ma, the California State Treasurer, who's also sponsoring Pageant. And these are these excellent legacy of excellence that have been part of the Miss Asian Global. We have, let's see, we have Fala Chen, who's just a superstar from Hong Kong now, recently was in Shang-Chi, I think that was like a year ago. Mona Lee Hotlock Hart, really First Lady of State of Washington. These are upcoming superstars that we have. Love the fact that two of the delegates of ours have created a startup company called Queenly. And funny thing is that she started because she really couldn't afford a dress. So that idea just, and Kathy here is a genius when it comes to programming. They basically bonded and started a company. I love that, and all because of Mav. Oh, I do want to mention who do I got? Oh, can I go back? Oh yeah, I do want to mention Stephanie Lynn, news reporter. Actually, was a news reporter, now at Anchor. Exciting things going on. We got some great Imagine Talk speakers, as you can see. All this is in the slides that we have shared with you, so you can definitely take a look. But I feel like before you even do anything, you really want to make a decision. Sometimes if you feel like if it's not really something you want to do and you just want to do the minimum, then that's fine. Let me know. But if you really want to go all in to make a decision and say, Vince, I want to raise $10,000. Great, let's do it. There is going to be a learning curve. This is not something that someone can just pick up. And that's the reason why I'm having these trainings. I mean, after seeing what the delegates have gone through, there should be training for this. Like for anything else, if you want to get good at something, you have to learn it. And it's really hard to learn it by yourself. I definitely think it's an emotional roller coaster to ride. You're going to have at highs and lows. And what I mean by that is that, let's just say that a friend of yours decided, hey, I want to sponsor you, Nicole. And you're like, yes, I'm so excited. Yeah, right. And you're at this all-time high. And then a couple of weeks later, you haven't heard from your friend and you start to worry. You're like, oh, great. The deadline's coming soon. And he hasn't paid me yet, And so you start to feel a little down, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe he forgot about my, sponsorship. And then just right before you're about to break or collapse, he calls you and says, hey, you know what? I'm so sorry I didn't get back to you. I was out of town. And but anyway, I haven't forgotten you. Here's the check. And of course, you're back up again. So it is going to be an emotional roller coaster. And I have a saying, some will, somewhat, some will, some, oh man, how's this go? Some will, some won't. So what next? Yeah, that's what it is. All right, it is a numbers game. And never quit. Now, getting started, we have characteristics of success, desire, work ethic, definitely commitment, having a positive attitude, enthusiasm, and urgency. But being coachable, I think, is the main part. And I'll tell you, I've trained a lot of delegates over the years, and I've trained delegates who are superstars in their own arena. And for an example, I once trained a sales rep who was like superstar in real estate, and she was like an expert in everything she did in her field. However, this is a little different. In this field, I actually have witnessed countless of things that delegates have tried and failed and been successful. I have all that information. I just want to share that with you. And if you just follow the system that I have started, it will help. It will help, and you can learn from it. So, why reinvent a wheel when I've collected all the data for the past 20 years to help you guys? And each year I'm learning something new. I'm excited to be learning something new from you guys, because I know that every one of you guys will actually think outside the box. And I'm excited. What are some of the ideas you have? You have no idea. I feel like I'm a dinosaur, but when I'm working with you guys, I get this like energy that I can't even describe. It's like, wow, I never thought of this. So I'm always constantly learning from you. And I take that information, I share it to the next person. So it is a numbers game. I have this 30-30-10 rule. And Let's say if you ask a question, I survey 100 people, who's your favorite team? And 30 people say 49ers, yeah. And the other 30 will say, oh, Kansas City. And then the other 30 is like, oh, I don't like football, I like soccer. And then the 10 people will be like, I don't understand the question. So that's what it is, right? Timing is everything. Rejection is normal. Don't take it personally. Professional sort, amateur sell, and convince. Now, this is really good. Professional sort. I will cover that on the one-on-one basis. And I have a really great idea on how to sort. You don't need to talk to everyone. You just need to talk to a few individuals that will help you. So, to start out, my advice is you should talk to the people you know. We call that the warm market, as opposed to people you don't know. We call that the cold market. Why is that effective? Why should you talk to the people you know instead of people you don't know? That's a question for you guys. Anyone?
Because there's a more personal aspect to it.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. The people you don't know, they just won't talk to you, right? I mean, if you go on the street and you talk to someone, they'll just give you the cold shoulder, right? At least the people you know, you have a 50-50 chance they'll actually respond back. So this is kind of what I recommended back then when you only had 2 months. The strategy is like, since you only have 2 months, forget about the cold market, let's concentrate on warm market. However, things have changed now. This is February. I'm not opposed to talking to people in the cold market. In fact, you can talk to the cold market, but I want you to start out with warm market first. Build that confidence first. Get a few sponsors, and then when you're ready to go into cold market, because it is rough, it's brutal, it won't be as bad. I want to build that confidence first. So, and that's the reason why we're having our one-on-ones later. So yes, warm market is the most effective. Make your contact list. So I want you to get a notepad and list everyone you know. Friends, family, people from work, church, temple, school, places you spend your money, clubs, association, business owners. But I like places where you spend your money. Think about, where do you spend your most money at? Anyone? Some people spend a lot of money at a boba shop. Here's a question for you guys, Amber, Nicole. Where do you spend your most money at?
Probably my coffee shop.
Coffee shop. So, hey, if you know the owner, I would definitely go and, definitely list out as an item, but also consider they may actually support you. Because I have a saying, if you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. I'll give you an example. I have an insurance agent. Okay. I have 3 cars, a house, and life insurance. My insurance agent's pretty happy, would you say? Would you say that the insurance agent's making a lot of money from me? Yes, right? So when I asked my insurance agent, I said, hey, you know what? I'm actually fundraising and I have a nonprofit organization. I would love for you to support me. And her response was, oh, you know what, Vince, I'm so sorry, but I already used up my budget for charity. And so I said, well, oh, that's too bad. I have another friend. His name is Kevin. He's also, in the same business as you are, and he's definitely going to help out. I don't know. Why would I say something like that? I don't know. Did you get that hint? Did you guys get what I just did? You see, I'm not completely like my insurance agents. We're not really best friends. She's making money off of me, but look, there are so many people out there that want your business. And I always feel like, hey, whoever supports me, I'm going to support them. That's just the way I work. So yeah, just some advice, some tips. I want you to think of, just really start brainstorming. It's really good. Like dentists. I just came back from a cleaning day, and I might ask my dentist because how many times have I been there? Thing, and all I'm asking is, to sponsor, right? And like I said, when someone sponsored you, I almost feel like we're giving them a free ad because they're making a donation and we're giving them a free ad. You can always think something like that. Okay, so common approaches that I see the whole world do: send 100 emails to the whole world, send 100 letters to the whole world, post Facebook, IG. There's so many ways. And I actually wanted to show you a scene that I've heard over and over and over again from many, many delegates. So we came up with a video, okay? And Jennifer Chung, 2014 Miss Asian America Queen, is, she decided to help me out and become part of this video. And I want you guys to watch this, okay? This is the part where you get to watch the video. After it's done, I want you to comment. What do you think? Like I said, there's no right or wrong, but I love to hear your feedback, which is what is the best approach to talking to a potential sponsor, okay? Hope this works. Let me know if you can hear the video. Thumbs up if you can hear it, okay?
Hi, Mr. Gino. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, good.
You look so gorgeous.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so how are you? How's
Give me
business?
a
How's
hug.
everything?
Good, good. Let's go for lunch.
No. I wanted to run some ideas with you first and some good news.
I thought we'd talk
Oh,
over lunch.
No. Let's go to the office first and talk about that. We'll go after.
Okay. So how is everything with you?
I'm doing great. In fact, the good news that I wanted to tell you is that I was chosen out of 1,000 delegates to become, potentially the Miss Asian Global and Miss Asian America. But you already know I'm gonna win.
You want we go for lunch first and you tell me later?
Oh, no. Don't worry. Let me tell you about this
Okay.
first. Anyway, so it's the 30th anniversary, and this pageant is like right around the corner. It's in the Bay Area, and I'm sure everyone's heard of it. That's why I'm in it.
Okay.
If you open inside the package, they're all about community coalition, women's empowerment, college alliance. So that's why I also want to do it, besides, of course, to win the crown and look pretty. And they also do stuff like Asian Liver Center. What's this? About 10% of APIs have chronic hepatitis B infection, but we both know that already. There's different packages that we can choose from, and I already know you're gonna go for the gold $10,000 package because, look at this business, and plus it's perfect, you're into cosmetics. And what else? You get stuff like souvenir awards. And then what else? So yeah, we both already know I'm gonna win. So that's all the information I think you need to know. But yeah, when do you think you can sponsor me?
Well, that's a lot of information. That was a good presentation. Well, yeah, let me think about it. I'll let you know, okay?
Well, are you sure? Can I call you tomorrow then to see your answer?
Oh, no. No. I'll call you, okay?
Give it up for Jennifer Chung. So, comments. What do you guys think?
I think she wasn't considerate of the guy's time and kind of went over his lunch hour and then took an hour and just didn't really make a personal connection with him.
Yeah. Good observation. Nicole?
She also didn't explain what the benefit was for him, or put herself in his shoes and kind of see what he could get from this and phrase it as an offer rather than something that he just has to pay to support her for.
Yeah. Everything, and of course, I was trying to make this a little comedy, so I don't know if you got some of the humor here. And by the way, Jennifer, that's not her real personality. I just told her to do something like that just because it was funny. See, Jennifer actually sort of sabotaged his friend, It's like, hey, let's have lunch. But really, she wanted to talk about the pageant. And he kind of saw that. So definitely my advice is that if you decided to talk to anyone, you should just be upfront at the beginning. So yeah, this is an approach that I've seen many, many, many times, and I don't even know if you even consider it. but I do want to show you another approach that I came up with. Let me go to the next slide here. So to key success, I believe is enthusiasm, urgency, relying on your relationship, and I think this is the big one, is using the favor approach. Now, before I even talk about that, I know that I'm going to go a little over. Is that okay with everyone, or yeah, or do you have to go?
I might have to go by like 8:10. Like you said,
8:10? Okay. So before I even do that, let me just go ahead and if this ends early, if you have to go, Nicole, no worries. Just go ahead and make an appointment on the Cali, and I'll go over everything that I missed. I mean, if you missed, okay? In case if you have to go, we'll cover it on the 101 training, okay? All right, so favor approach. Who has a problem with asking for a favor? Okay. And Amber, why is that? Why you have a problem with asking for a favor?
I think it's just because I feel guilty in a sense of like asking for help. I don't know.
Okay, thank you for being honest. I also felt the same way. Now let me ask you something, Amber. Can you think of someone that you look up to? If it's anyone, it could be fictitious, someone who's, even passed away, but if, any famous figure other than your parents, who do you look up to? Who's someone you admire?
Oh, um, that's
Huh?
I love Michelle Obama. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Michelle Obama calls you, Amber, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And says, hi, Amber, and this is Michelle, and I have a big favor to ask from you. How do you feel?
Oh,
Just the fact that she called you and asked for a favor, like
I'm really excited, I guess.
you're excited, right? And I mean, no matter what favor she's asking, you probably would say yes. Am I right?
Probably.
You look up to her, right? Yeah. And let's just say that, she calls you back 20 minutes later and says, hey, Amber, you know what? That favor I asked from you, it's okay. I'm sorry. I don't need it anymore. It's all been taken care of. Like, how do you feel, honestly? Feel kind of bad?
Yeah, I got kind of bad.
Yeah, right? Well, you see, when you don't ask for a favor, you're actually doing a disfavor for someone else. Okay, did I say that correctly?
It makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
If you don't go out and ask for a favor, okay, the person receiving it will actually be disfavored. I mean, they'll get disappointed. And why is that? Here's the thing, right? I really believe that the people in your inner circle, friends and families, people actually look up to you. They actually look up to you. They're like waiting to hear from you, to do something for you, because you probably did something nice for them and they want to repay you. And I have a story for that, in which we'll take another 10 minutes, and I'll share that with the orientation, the grand orientation. But and I'll cover that on 101. But just keep that in mind, okay, about the favor approach. So I have another video that I want to share with you, okay? So yeah, this is it right here. People will become your sponsor quicker to support your goal than if you are trying to sell them on a product or service. That is the favor approach. People will become your sponsor quicker to support your goal than if you try selling them on a product or service. So I have a video that I came up with, and I definitely would love your feedback. So let's watch a second approach to Jennifer's video. Okay, here we go.
Hi, Constantinos. How are you?
All right, Jen. How are you?
I'm so good. I have like really good news for you.
Where is it?
Yeah, so do you remember the pageant I was telling you about? I got accepted to be one of the finalists for the pageant.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm so excited.
congratulations.
Yeah, so I called. Thank you. So I called you right away because I wanted to know if you can support me in this pageant.
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. What can I do?
Well, I'd love to give you more information about it. So just text me when you're free and then I'll come by this week for lunch.
All right. All right,
Okay.
anytime.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too now. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, what do you guys think of this approach?
I think it was far more genuine.
Yeah. Amber, any comments?
Yeah, I think she was really, this time, Jennifer was like really considerate of his time and said, "Oh, we'll meet on your time whenever you're free. Just let me know."
Yeah. So let me see. Let me go back here. I need to figure out how to get past that next time. Okay. So let's just kind of break down the script here. Okay. Did you hear what happened to me? And this is where Jennifer was really excited. Like, oh my God, what happened? Right? Because no matter whoever you call on the phone, whether even if they're having a bad day, the fact that you're excited as if you just won the lottery, they can't help but just reciprocate the energy. So they're already in a good mood just because you're in a good mood. And the fact that you're excited because you just became a finalist of the Miss Asian Global Pageant or whatever you decided, whether you got a new job or you won $1 million, they're just going to be excited, right? You wait for the reaction. And this is where you just ask, hey, I need a big favor from you. Can you support me? Right? When they say I need a big favor, typically they'll say yes. Can you support me? Now, did I ask for money? No, I didn't ask for money. Support. It means many different things, but the same thing is essentially is like, if you encounter someone negative and they were like, oh, do you need money? Something like that. Well, then you can actually close the conversation. You can just end it if you want to. But I just like using that word support because it's a safe word. Okay. And so typically, if it's someone who actually admires you, just like you admire Michelle Obama, they will for sure want to know what's going on. What can I do? And that is a green light for the perfect way to kind of close and say, hey, let's get together. Now, I know I put the Zoom meeting, that's because we had our pandemic, but I highly advise to meet the person in person, like face to face. Why is that so important than just, handling on a phone or Zoom? Why is meeting someone one-on-one more substantial? That's a question for you guys.
It builds that relationship with the person.
Yeah. I'll tell you another big reason. Amber, it's really hard to say no to your face. Right? Nicole, it's really hard to say no to your face. Do you believe that? Yes. So if they do say no, they're probably going to squirm, right? And that's exciting to watch, okay? But you have a higher chance of success rate if you do it in person. And of course, this is where you can email the package. You have the PDF. You can print it out. You can go over the documentation, right? And I'll cover that in a one-on-one, okay? But yeah, if you start out with the 1,500, if they object because it's too much, then you can ask for the smaller advertisement options. So I have the list of the benefits of sponsoring, and this is more for the cold market. Because if they're really your friends and families, they'll support you no matter what. They can care less about the tickets. They can care less about the full page ad. They want you to be happy. I'll cover that on one-on-one. But here's a good one. Benefits of sponsoring. Well, you get your logos published on social media if they have a company. Ads will be viewed in the digital program books, more exposure to the community. They get a tax write-off, tax benefit by supporting a nonprofit organization. But more importantly, they are supporting you and you're happy. You're excited. We have all these tools that you can utilize. We have the marketing kit, you have the website, you have the Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, you have the YouTube videos of all the videos that you've seen. I need to put in LinkedIn in somewhere. You have us, Francis, myself, the staff members as a tool. You can do emails, personal letters, you have crowdfunding, but more importantly, you have yourself. Okay, so this is the part where I'm going to skip. All right, I'll save this for another day. This is my information, which you guys should already have. Okay. And so let's go and talk about the action items. Okay. Make a decision. Let me know. I know that some people are just like, you know what? I just want to do the minimum and I'm good, Vincent. Great. Just let me know. But if you tell me, Vince, I want to be a Miss Imagine Talk, great, let's do it. Because whatever decision you guys make, we will work together to accomplish it. You are not alone. Make a list. So I had all these, ideas that you have, right? Talking to your friends, just make a list of everyone you know, and we'll go over that, okay? And then, of course, and I feel like this is the most important thing, schedule a one-on-one with me, right? Go to the Calendly and look at the calendar. Now, if for some reason my calendar doesn't meet your schedule, no problem. Call me. Okay. Now, I'm old school, so yeah, I'm more effective if you called me directly. And if you don't get through to me, I'm actually very good at sending a text message saying that, hey, I'm busy, can I call you back? All right. And that's pretty much it for the quick 35 minutes, which is still a record now because I usually take an hour or so. Questions? Okay. So now I do want to mention for the one-on-one, the one-on-one training is definitely a lot different than what I just gave you today. This is where we really go into the why, the how, but more importantly, what's stopping you. And little things like mental things is what I notice is what stops people from making it happen. And I want to share this story. We had a delegate, her name is Quinn. I don't know if you remember. Did everyone attend the Miss Imagine Talk? No, you guys didn't, huh? So Quinn actually, I had the pleasure of training her, and this is what she said: Vince, I want to quit. I don't know if I can do the $1,500. And Francis and I, we know, right? There was a lot of limited beliefs that she was going through, a lot of things that were holding her back. But after just, I think showing her the way or guiding her, she realized that it was really her stopping herself from making it happen. And she was coming up with excuses after excuses after excuses. I mean, granted, they are kind of valid. I mean, but the thing is that she lives in Germany, right? And she was using that as an excuse. And I was saying, you can either make excuses or make it happen, but you can't do both. And so I think after she got once she understood that this was a belief, a limited belief that, that she had to overcome. I mean, it was just amazing to see how this individual, right, from Germany, made over $10,000, raised over $10,000. Just it was amazing. So just want to let you guys know, if she can do it, you guys can do it, and it all depends on your decision. Okay, so we'll cover that in one-on-one. So I'm done. 8:10. Okay, we're good.
Good. All right, awesome. You guys have any questions? I'm going to add you guys and the rest of the other delegates now into the main thread. And also, you guys should also have an invite to the Facebook group where we're constantly updating you guys with new information and schedules in advance. So give me or Vincent a shout if you can't find that, but you guys should all have that as an invite already sent to you on your Facebook accounts, okay? All right, if there's nothing else, then I'm going to start recording and say thank you for coming, guys.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, thank you, everybody.
Bye. Night.
Hey, Francis.